It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. Los Angeles has to feel pretty happy about their recent play. They are really playing at a high level right now, going 8-1 over the last 9 games. And we get to see Paul George tonight. Tremendous all-around player, but Shaq, if you were in George's shoes, what's the one area you might try to improve on?
I think he can get to the line more often because he's a great free throw shooter, and you want to make the most of that, Ernie.
You know what? He's a great playmaker, and he was exceptional before he got to Oklahoma City and before he got injured. So now he's going to just continue that. He's learning to reinvent himself in a different way.
It's time to tip this game off.
Let's tip it off.
Let's go to Kevin Harlan, and let's tip it off.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. This homestand ends here for the Clippers as they get ready to hit the road. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. Guys, they came out on top of the season series matchup a season ago, taking 2 of the 3 away from them.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. We've already seen a few players make, Brent, a big leap over last year. Their hard work is really paying off.
The interesting thing over the past few years is just how intricate the off-season training is for players. And this is why I think the evolution of the game feels like it's been sped up. So many specialized coaches, so much time that guys want to work on facets of their game that are opening up opportunities. And with so much space that's on the floor for guys, we get to see those skill sets a little bit more often on a nightly basis. Awesome to see that players continue to strive to maximize their potential.
I agree. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Taking a look at the Rockets. We've got Gordon. PJ Tucker is out there with Clint Capella. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Harden in at the 3 slot. And it's sent back by George. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the score by Houston. Beverly looking around, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Green. He can't get that one, so Houston will take it the other way. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And here is Harrell following Russell Westbrook's 3. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Well, Montrezl Harrell, seen by many as a throw-in in that Chris Paul trade, has paid huge dividends for the Clippers.
And with Harrell standing 6'8", he seems undersized, Brent, but his wingspan measure over 7'4".
Well, the wingspan and the effort that he plays with, which is hard to measure but easy to see, makes him very unique at that position. Long arms, very strong, and just runs the floor. I mean, just takes off down the floor and hard to stop once he gets going.
Here's Green following the score by Houston. And Leonard has it in the corner. Stolen by Harden. The pass to Gordon. Lets the three fly. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. And an interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. One of the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA. Fourth, Russell Westbrook.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position. And that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
Those are some of the best basketball minds in the NBA. The way they think the game out there is remarkable. Always several steps ahead of the defense, finding the right angles, the right openings, and making one unbelievable play after another.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Outside Gordon. George against Harden. Off target from three-point range. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Inside, Harrell. It's rebounded by Houston. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Well, even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get two.
Now, here's George. He picked up 18 points in the last one against Sacramento.
Well, I think he was especially impressive on the glass. The defense had no idea what to do with him.
And Harden with the stuff.
Yeah, this is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
Beverly against Westbrook. And Beverly kicks to George. It's stolen by Capella. Feeds it to Harden. And the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickery? Yeah, he's got to use every device at his disposal at this point, and I think he wants to give other guys a breather right now.
Zubac is checked in for Green. Now here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Knocked loose. On the wing, George. Guarded by Tucker. George passes to Zubac.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Rockets leading by 4. Harden with it. He had 28 points in the win against Dallas.
And he also positioned himself perfectly to grab all those rebounds, guys. Can't forget about the fundamentals.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Harden against Beverly. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Westbrook. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Westbrook's got 5 points so far.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Zubac finds Beverly. George against Gordon. Lock at 6. Right side, George. Count that one. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And Paul George in the mid-range area, just dominating that possession.
Here's Harden, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Brent, we have bigs playing a different kind of game in the NBA now.
It feels like skill is taking over, and even last year in the playoffs, so much talk for us about the idea of not being able to play a big center, right? Not being able to play a post-up center or a rim-protecting center. These players have to be mobile. They have to be able to set screens and roll down the lane, and they have to be able to switch out, most importantly, defensively to guard the most talented scorers in the league. So the center position is now becoming a more skilled position where teams take their best 4-man and slide them down to the 5, a la Draymond Green or sometimes Giannis with Milwaukee, to make sure that they can make the most impact while they're on the floor.
Good examples. Here's Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
And shot out of a cannon. Westbrook so quick on the dribble drive. Defenders with no way of getting over there fast enough to stop him.
Now here's Williams. An 11-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. 6-point game. Here's Harden. And it's blocked. Leonard against Harden. And that one's good. Leonard.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
Here's Harden, and it's sent back by George. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. Green passes to Fareed, and the rejection by Zubac. From deep, Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
And it's Leonard missing.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Now, here's George. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game.
That's a pretty sweet dish there by Paul George, just selfless on that play.
Houston in the lead. Here is Harden. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 10.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Zubac kicks to George. Zubac the best to George. 5 to shoot. For 3. Hits it from 3-point range. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, the poise right there from Paul George, that's just a veteran that has no panic in his game.
Here's Rivers, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, for both teams, we're seeing great synergy on offense, but some lackluster defense.
Now, here's Zubac. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Sacramento.
And, of course, you cannot forget just how dominant his shot blocking was in that game. Just changed the entire complexion of that game.
Green against George. Takes a shot at the elbow, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Harden can't hit.
Got to get out his compass and just try to find himself right now and get himself going.
Williams against Rivers. Williams finds Leonard. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. The 3 from Harden doesn't go that time.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's Leonard missing.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Leonard with the steal. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Brent, Montrezl Harrell out of Louisville came into the league as an energy player, but he can score as we're seeing in bunches.
Well, I think with starters minutes, he might give you a few 20-point nights, but mostly his impact has been huge with energy and effort coming off the bench, in constant motion around the rim, and a great finisher as well.
Here's Zubac. James Harden picking up that last basket. Back to Zubac. Over for Reed. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And so here is Houston. The feet to Green. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Clippers trail by 3. George looking over the floor. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Kenneth Faried.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Harkless is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And a switch here also for Houston. Chandler's checked in. And George drops them both.
Looking comfortable there from the line. Knows he needs to come through for his team at the charity stripe.
Here's the teardrop. It's blocked. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Williams. Pass to Zubac. Back to Williams. No one near him. Rebounded by Faried.
Looked a little bit forced. No reason for it either. The defense was not even in the frame.
Chandler kicks to Rivers. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Over to the left wing. Right side George. Williams for 3. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
They've got Ivica Zubac. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Mo Harkless. Then it's Paul George, and it's Williams at the point guard. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. They get it back. Zubac the pass to Green. Williams against Rivers. 6 on the shot clock. He gets it in there. So it's the Rockets now. Now here's Green. And Green slams it in.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Rivers against Williams. Outside, Green. Misses the three. Houston leading by 4. Here's Green. Rebound by the Clippers. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
But you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Outside, Green. There's the triple. Again, the miss by Green. Clippers trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Shamet, guarded by Green. Williams against Rivers. Pass to Green. Over for Reed. Green missing again.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Williams against Rivers. He feeds it to Chandler. Buries it down low. Chandler's got his first points of the night.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Williams kicks to Zubats. Over Chandler. Back to Williams. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Rivers with it. Williams picks him up. Scooped up. Passes it to House. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is good. House has got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
On the wing, Williams. He's guarded by Rivers. Baseline J on the way. Kicks it to Harkless. The Rockets pull it in. Fareed's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Motley, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played, here's Westbrook. Green with the block. Shamet, he's guarded by Rivers. Williams against Westbrook. Williams in the post. He dishes it to Green. Yep, it counts. Green's got his second basket of the game. Rockets leading by 6. Right side, Westbrook. Another shot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and back court for Houston.
And their guards are taking on the majority of the passing and assisting for the team, just as you might expect. The bigs doing their part by getting to good spots inside and making themselves available.
And he can't get the first one.
The second overall pick in 2001, Tyson Chandler, again, started his career with the Bulls, where he and Eddie Curry were supposed to be a new version of the Twin Towers. That never quite worked out, and Chandler had 3 different coaches there in Chicago in his first stint.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now here's Harkless. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Williams has got 4 points this quarter. Looking at Chandler's evolution, Brent, things really started to change in New Orleans.
Well, he averaged over 12 rebounds a game there in his first season under Coach Byron Scott, and then a few years later anchored that Dallas defense during their championship run with Dirk Nowitzki playing out of his mind. But there's still a lot of talk from Tyson Chandler about the mentors that he had early on. Guys like Charles Oakley, Scottie Pippen, Antonio Davis. Those guys really helped him to stay on course as a young player coming into the league.
Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
Here's Motley following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Puts up a three. Los Angeles with another miss.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Gordon against Leonard. They get a hand on it. Westbrook pulls it in. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. 6-point lead, and it's in there.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Leonard looking over the floor.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
First free throw is good.
You think about how quickly it was that Kawhi Leonard just rocketed into superstardom. And as a leader of a very proud franchise, if you're a coach, he's everything you'd maybe want in a player.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Beverly's checked in, and the Rockets making a change here as well. James Harden, he's checked in for Austin Rivers.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
From deep, Harden. And no good that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. And Greg with Kawhi started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so it's Houston with it. 4-point game. Here's Westbrook. And it's blocked. And they'll keep possession. Capella kicks it to Tucker. Houston moving it around. Gordon with no one around. Off target with his 3.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Leonard dishes to Beverly. The pass to Motley. Back to Beverly. Lock at 6. To the paint. Stolen by Tucker. Now Harden. 12 points for him. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. They get a hand on it. Gordon kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Harden. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night. And let's take a look at the numbers for George. Putting up 26 points per, over 2.5 steals and 5 assists. and impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
For Los Angeles, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific, 79% as a team.
Harkless hits them both. Houston in the lead. Harden finds Westbrook. Banked in off the glass. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, the defenses are geared up to prevent Westbrook from getting to that position, so he just goes ahead and takes it.
Harkless the pass to George. 6 on the shot clock. Fires it up. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And with this quick break, we can show you the list of the most explosive shooting guards in the NBA so far. James Harden, third.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
Well, these are the assassins of the NBA right there. The players who can turn a game on its head when they start to feel it. They're almost always the primary focus of the opposing defense.
And the Clippers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Now here's Harden. He's got 15. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night to the inside. And Harrell shoots it in.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Rockets leading by 5. Harden kicks to Westbrook.
You know, every night that I get a chance to be called to do a broadcast and sit here courtside, I appreciate it so much to be able to watch Russell Westbrook this close. The combination of his motor and incredible talent, it's an all-time sort of run he's on, and great to watch it.
And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Brett, we've heard people say that Russell Westbrook is not a superstar. What are your thoughts on that?
How old are these people you're talking to, Kevin? And really, how much basketball have they watched? Russell Westbrook is the elite of the elite.
Now here's Leonard. 20 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line, really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heel.
And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And this would be a terrible blow. Hopefully it's less serious than it looks.
Well, looking at his face right there, you can tell he's in a lot of pain, and there's a lot of trepidation right now on that team's sideline.
Clippers trail by 7. Left side, George. Left block shot on the way. The shot is good off the backboard. George has got 13.
Now, Paul George right now invested fully in this game and on both ends of the floor. Relentless on offense thus far.
Here's Harden. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Harrell. 9th in blocks, And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Now here's Gordon. 6 points for him. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Back to Gordon. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now the Clippers moving it up. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. House is checked in, and it's Green and for Eric Gordon.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Westbrook. A 23-point game for him in the win against Dallas.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Now here's George. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Pass to Harrell. Outside Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Outside George. Over Green. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
Well, we talk about the D. Let's credit the offense. He attacked right there from the moment he saw the opening, not letting the defense react.
It's a neck-and-neck game here in Los Angeles. Harden finds Capella. Here is House. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Now, here's George. Passes it to Williams. Over Westbrook. Here's Harrell. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. Harrell's got 9.
Bucket earned, out muscling and out hustling everybody for the rebound.
Looking to get back on track here. Harden with the bucket, getting it done inside. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Yeah, I love watching Harden be aggressive inside. One of the most efficient scorers in our game.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets ahead, up by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
You've done well so far. Thanks. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, their playmakers are showing up tonight, seeing the court well, moving the basketball. That's why they had so many assists in the first half. And they're not just relying on ISO plays to generate points.
And over to Shaq. Now I take on the Clippers.
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the three. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell them stop shooting the three. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We welcome you back with a view of the 110 freeway cutting right through downtown Los Angeles. Never a shortage of traffic on that stretch of road. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
Saw that in the first half, and he's constantly on the move and slipping behind the eyes of the defense to work closer to the rim.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Taking a look at the Rockets, Clint Capella is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Gordon, then it's Harden, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. Now, here is Harden, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. We see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Harden.
And really what jumps out to me about this shot chart is just how aggressive he's been when on the floor. I mean, he's doing everything he can to get as close to the hoop as possible before putting up that shot, and it's worked out in a big way for him and his team.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, a familiar sight. Westbrook gets his way back to the free throw line. I mean, the way he attacks his opponent, they're going to be forced to foul him time and time again.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Clippers trail by 5. And here's George. That shot misses.
Oh, and that would have been a spectacular alley-oop. Really difficult to get the timing right on those long ones.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. Now the pass to Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Williams from outside. Westbrook against Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Nobody near Williams. A three-pointer, no good. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Gordon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Eric Gordon is always a threat as a 2-guard to score. However, the defense gets a little too physical with him there, which is why he gets to the free throw line.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Gordon. For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. George against Gordon. George dishes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Rockets shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Here's Harden. Kept alive.
That's a nice tip, and you can't leave him alone on the offensive glass or he'll find a way to get to the ball.
Clippers trail by 7. Pass to Harrell. Back to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. On the wing, George. Defended by Gordon. And George gets it to go.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
It's good.
Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
Houston leading by 5.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections. Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
Here's George. James Harden picking up that last basket. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. That one's on Eric Gordon. They throw good, Paul George.
Well, just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Now here's Williams. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. George, no good.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Well, Westbrook does a ton of damage at the mid-range, but when he has a three-point shot going, look out.
Williams passes to Leonard. Outside for George. Clock at 4 over Gordon, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And now 24 points for Paul George.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Harden, and the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
And George kicks to Williams. Back to George. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here we go, one-on-one. Westbrook can't get it to go. Outside Leonard. Shoots from the elbow, and he gets the jumper to drop. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And the offense sort of works itself out to a lot of mid-range shots, and Kawhi getting dangerous from that spot.
That pushes it to double digits. And the Rockets lead by 10.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Here's George. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Clint Capella. Fareed comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Now, here is Harden. 24 points for him. Again, the Rockets score.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Harden. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got 17.
Tough to fault him for the struggles of the team so far. He has been solid. It's the rest of the guys that need to come along for the ride.
And Chandler throws it down.
Yeah, Chandler doesn't have a long way to go, but he gets up for that one.
Clippers trail by 9. Kicks it to Harrell. Pass to George. Makes it off the glass. George has got 14 points here in the second half.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Here's Gordon, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Chandler with the ball. He has 5. Here's Harden on the wing, defended by George. Oh, Faried in position, hammers the alley-oop through.
And Faried making great eye contact with his teammates there. I guess you call those manimal instincts. You can see the strong connection he has.
Now here's Harrell, 11 points in the game. Shamet, and he uses the glass on the layup. Now here's Rivers to the inside. That's good from Chandler on the assist by Rivers. And that's now 7 points for Tyson Chandler.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Chandler against George. Green left side. Over Faried. 6 to shoot. Back to Green. Some solid defense from Faried.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Reese Harkless comes in for Jermichael Green. And Zendarius Thornwell subbed in for Leonard. And a switch here also for Houston. House is checked in. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 11. Thornwell. No good there off the double clutch.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Harkless with the bucket.
And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 26. Green, he's checked in for James Harden. Green finds Faried. Harkless with the steal. Here's George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Kenneth Faried.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
That free throw good from George. And George drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
In this offense, and it's no small task to try to slow him down. Once he gets rolling, like we've seen in this game so far, watch out.
Moment here now for an injury report. Now let's check in with David Aldridge to see how Patrick Beverley's doing. David.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer of the Clippers was able to update me on the situation. It's not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury. That's the end of his night, and he could be out for a while. Not the news he wanted to hear, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
They swipe it. Shamet. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Makes it off the glass. Zubac has got 6 points.
Great positioning on the glass, jumping all over that miss and sticking it back in.
Oh, Faried in position. Harkless with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Robinson for 3. Shot clock reset for Los Angeles. Here's Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Rivers. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Rivers. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. From the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He's got 5.
You just can't allow good looks like that from beyond the arc. That's just inviting all kinds of trouble.
And Fareed kicks to Chandler. Fareed the pass to Chandler. It's Rivers on the wing. And then Rivers with the dunk.
Aggressive move off the dribble. You could see the confidence growing right now for Austin Rivers.
Shamet, he's guarded by Rivers. There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shamet, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Chandler kicks to Fareed. On the wing, Green. House the pass to Rivers. There's the dish to Chandler. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
"12 seconds left in the third quarter. Now Robinson. Over Green. No good. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He's up to 26 points in the game now. Just keeps pouring in the buckets. Back to the action after this word. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup of this one?
An advantage if you're off guard and making plays. So valuable.
It's been a very, very good game so far as we get going here in quarter number 4. Clippers trail by 4. Marquez is out there with Motley. And it's Robinson. And it's Magruder in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Shoot. Inside shot. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
Rodney Magruder at the line for 2.
No good on that one. And the Clippers making a switch here. Green's checked in. And he sinks the second. Here's Westbrook. It's that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
Well, Westbrook is at his best when he's attacking the defense. And in a 48-minute game, Kevin, he'll do it for about 48 minutes.
Now here's Green. Robinson kicks to Green. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Magruder. He's off on that one. And Houston the other way now. Marquez is checked in for Robinson. just over a minute played here in the fourth. Here's Capella. Lays it up off the glass. Capella's got 10 points in just the second half.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Shamet, and that one is hammered home.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Yeah, they should bring out a big razor right now, Kevin. A great start, an aggressive move to show they're not going to lay down.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. It's rebounded by Motley.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yeah, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Now here's Harkless. A second chance effort. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Pass to House. Here's Tucker. That's tipped. Shamet, he's covered by Westbrook, makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Lob pass to Capella, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Knocks it loose. Shamet, he's covered by Westbrook. Shot clock at 6. From deep. It's rebounded by Houston. House has got his 5th rebound in this one. Right side, Green. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. It's an excellent job.
Now the pass to Motley. And that one drops. Rockets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. And here's Westbrook. Outside, Green. At the top of the key, Capella. He kicks it to Westbrook. And finished off by Westbrook.
You got your scorecard out, Kevin. That might be a 50. Or are we going 100 or 1,000? Westbrook with a unique combination of power and athleticism.
Here's Magruder. Pass to Motley. Lets it go from 14. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. There's Green with the 3. Green with the rebound.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
That one goes. Count it. Motley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
No defender is going to have a shot against that kind of play. He's just too tall to stop that close to the rim.
Timeout called, the Rockets. In for Houston. Gordon comes in for Green. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He told them, hey, this game is there for you, but we got to go get it. 50-50 balls, getting to the basket. We have to give it all right now. Kevin?
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like on Wednesday. They'll be playing the Lakers in Los Angeles. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. That one drops. He ties it up. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Jacks up a three. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's Leonard to take the lead. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Houston's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. They grabbed their own miss. The kick out to Westbrook. Another miss by Houston. Clippers have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And the defender was slow reacting. Didn't fully account for Kawhi's quickness. Slow played him and gets to the free throw line.
Kawhi Leonard. 2 shots.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Westbrook with it. Here's Gordon. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And 12 points for Eric Gordon.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Pass to Leonard. Five on the clock. Count that one. Leonard's got the lead up to 2 now for the Clippers.
Steady strides in Kawhi Leonard being more and more comfortable as the go-to scorer for this team.
Harden has a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
And Leonard gets it to go.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Rockets trail by 4. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Well, body and control isn't just for your shampoo at home. It's right there in Russell Westbrook. He gets fouled and still converts.
And the Clippers making a switch here. That one misses for Westbrook.
You know, there are certain players who just seem to have a knack for putting the ball in the basket. Lou Williams is in that category.
Another miss by Leonard. The Rockets shooting around 37% in the fourth quarter. The minutes starting to wear on them. And the basket by Harden.
Well, he just nailed his second 3 of the half, guys. I'd be very aware of that if I were the defense right now.
Shamet, he's covered by Westbrook. Harkless finds Leonard. To the middle. Motley the pass to Harkless. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Harkless has got 4 points in the quarter. And Lou Williams, not the biggest, not the most athletic, but Greggy finds ways to score.
Yeah, you know, whether he's creating space or creating contact, very few play that cat and mouse game better than Lou Williams.
So it's the Clippers now. After Clint Capella's bucket. Outside Leonard. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Leonard's got 14 points here in the second half.
Well, the mindset from Kawhi Leonard right there is just making him a monster on the inside. Goes at the defense, full head on.
Whoa!
Wow.
Good look out. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Motley. Harrell comes in for Green, and it's Paul George in for Maurice Harkless. Leonard against Harden. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just the level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Houston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Harden. That one goes. Count it. Harden's got 31 points.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Stolen by Harden, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Lou Williams is checked in for Los Angeles. It's stolen by Capella. Now here's Westbrook. Up top, Capella. On the wing, Eric Gordon. He is defended by Harrell. Tries again. And Gordon with the lay-in. Good. And now a three-point Houston lead.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
With those long arms and with the high release point, Leonard is practically daring you to foul him.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And so he hits both.
A good guy to have on the free throw line when the score is close, and he takes care of business as usual.
Here's Westbrook, and the rejection by Leonard. Leonard draws the double. It's tipped. Stolen by Westbrook. From the wing. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
And Harrell slams it in.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. George against Harden. Over George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
And so making both free throws. That'll give them the lead here.
And how about the composure there at the line? A ton of pressure on those free throws, and he knocks them both down.
Williams kicks to Leonard. Back to Williams. Leonard against Harden. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Oh, you could see it from the moment he caught the ball. Leonard looking to rise to the occasion, making the big shot to help the team out.
Houston's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Harden left side. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Harden's got 9 points in the quarter.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
Well, there never really is, but you're right, especially coming down the stretch of a tight game. He's a guy you got to pay much closer attention to defensively.
Leonard. This is to George. Good work there as it goes. George has got 33.
Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Harden gets the bucket.
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
George against Gordon. George, no good.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
I'm not sure, but that could be a game-changing miss. He wanted that bad.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. The second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. 2-possession game now.
Tipped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Harden's got the ball, and Harden with the stuff.
And it's another James Harden special we're witnessing here tonight. I think this fella's got some game.
Good on the first, and that brings them within 5.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. And the Rockets with possession here. They've led by as many as 11 points. Down low, stolen by Harden. And it's Paul George with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Gets the first. That puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those 2.
They're down by 6. 12 seconds left in the 4th. What do you think, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
And Capella sends it back. Now Harden. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for the Rockets, James Harden. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 8. Just 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run. And now the go-to guy in these situations, Leonard, can handle that kind of pressure in the big moment as well as anyone.
So Houston wins it. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Congrats, James, on the win. This is a very tough team. What does it mean to beat them?
Some energy. Guys made shots defensively. It was a gutsy win for us.
I'm sure you'll see these guys again. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.